Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hello if you're new here. So today I have found myself with an extra day off work, and I want to declutter my wardrobe. I want to declutter all my clothes, but today I feel like I'm just going to do the wardrobe. Then we'll see where we go with the day and how long the video is going to be, etc. But I want to do I've got this light set up so you can actually see into the wardrobe eventually. But I want to do that set of drawers that's got clothes in it. I want to do these drawers too. They've got more like makeup and cosmetics and stuff in them. And then I've got like this set of drawers over here as well, which have got like a mishmash of stuff that's like, some of it's my partner's, some of it's mine, but it's like my summer stuff. Some of it's like gym gear and other stuff. There's like a drawer dedicated to like wires and going away bags, like what are they called, like cosmetics bags and things like that. I also have like another 2 suitcases upstairs of clothes, but they're like my summer stuff slash some of my mum's stuff, but that's something I want to like come around to more going into the summer when I rotate those clothes around. So I, just for a bit of a backstory, I have all my winter clothes in my room at the moment, and then any sort of like summer clothes I'll always take out, so it just gives me more space, and I'll put them into a suitcase out of the way somewhere. That's what I always used to do when I lived in a my small flat with my small wardrobe, just to save on space, and it's something that I think is like quite a good idea. So otherwise you're just looking at all of your summer clothes of which you're not going to wear, and they're just right in your face and clogging up space. So this is currently how my wardrobe looks at the moment. It doesn't look too bad. There's massive gaps in it, loads of empty hangers. This is how it looks predominantly most of the time, but I feel like there's room for maneuver. There's some pieces in here that I want to get rid of, I haven't worn in ages, so I'm just going to literally throw everything onto the bed like you would with sort of like the KonMari method, if I'm like decluttering or minimalising or whatever. Minimalising isn't something that I'm striving for, but I do want to be more minimal. Like, I want to downsize what I've got, because literally, like I said, there's stuff in there that's not being used and I could either like sell it or donate it. But I also don't want to bring new stuff in either. I just want less stuff, which I guess is like a minimalist. I'm not a minimalist at heart. It's just not something that I can do, particularly like with my like family circumstances, with a child. It's kind of impossible. So this is what we're dealing with at the moment. I kind of like try and keep all of like my going outy dresses on the left here. You've got a section of like jumpers and long sleeve tops there, some cardigans, and then some other dresses that don't get worn too much, but I call more like daytime dresses. And then there's stuff like here doesn't get worn. I've got Junior Monopoly, that's one of Holly's birthday presents. I've got a bag of like old lingerie and stuff like that I used to wear for photo shoots, so I'm really debating about what to do with that. A pair of shoes I've worn once to go with that denim dress that I've worn once. This is a new purchase. So this is obviously a compact fabric shaver, but you know when you get bobbles on your clothes, this basically shaves those bobbles off, so it enables you to wear an older item of clothing for a bit longer before you decide that it's time to part with it, which I thought was good. It was only £3.99 from Aldi's. Another pair of shoes there, which I used to like put on with my try on hauls and stuff like that. I don't think I'll be doing many more try on hauls with fast fashion brands, but that's something I will get into another day. It's for another video. And then this bag here is a bag of clothes that I
got given by my lovely friend Rachel, which I thought was really, really kind. But I wanted to make a video about what I've been thrifting, so buying from charity shops, and what I've been gifted. I wanted to call it Thrifted and Gifted. If you would be interested in seeing what I have been buying from charity shops, and what is in that bag, then please give this video a big thumbs up, and I will do a try on haul for you guys of like secondhand stuff. But yeah, that's about it. That in the brown paper bag is like a soap that I bought, and there's like a reusable bag in the back there. No clothing in the bottom drawers, so we don't need to be concerned about what is in those for now, but that's what I'm working with, and I want to try and get it down a bit more.
Okay, so the wardrobe is empty apart from that, which is like one of those little smelly things to help keep the smell of your wardrobe quite fresh. I don't know how effective it is. It's been in there for like over a year, and it was my mother's anyway, so that might as well just go. So everything's on the bed. It was really easy to section up because obviously I'd already got it sectioned in my wardrobe. So I've got here shirts, dresses and skirts, jumpers, cardigans, and sort of like t-shirts, tops that are not shirts. They're a bit smarter. You'll see as we go along, I guess. Okay, so this first jumper is second hand. I got it for 50p from my local charity shop, or one of my local charity shops. And it's one of the reasons why I bought the debobbler, I call it, or lint remover. I really love cold shoulders. I'm not too sure about the colour of this against my skin tone in the winter. It might be more of like a summer skin tone thing, but it's staying for now. I always give garments a fair use like policy, so like maybe like this time in 6 months or this time next year, if I haven't worn it like loads or at all, then it needs to go. So that one is staying. Another jumper that I got from one of my local charity shops. It cost me 50p again. This is by the brand Levi's, and I really like it. I don't have a great deal of like bright coloured jumpers. I'm normally more of like I wear dresses and skirts. But recently, because I've been so cold, I've been wearing jeans, this type of top with a vest top underneath it and a jumper over the top. So it's worth noting, as a bit of a backstory, I've got Raynaud's disease or Raynaud's syndrome or Raynaud's phenomenon. I'll leave the name of that on the screen down below. So I get really, really cold. So it's like 10 degrees or less outside. I really suffer and get cold even in the house, and I can't afford to have like the heated on all day, so I just obviously dress warmer by putting lots of layers on. So if I'm going to be wearing jumpers a lot, then I want them to be like nicer jumpers, so that was the reason behind that purchase, and obviously it's staying because it's lush. Another pink jumper here, but it's more of a dusty pink. I'm not too sure about the quality on this. I didn't get it that long ago. It's from George Asda. Bought this brand new full price at the end of 2019, and it's kind of like a off the shoulder sort of jumper, but it doesn't stay off the shoulders. As soon as you move, it like pops up over your shoulder. But I do really like wearing this with like a black skirt, black tights and boots combo. Doesn't look so great with a jeans combo, but it can stay because it's one of my nicer jumpers. So this crew thick cable knit jumper was my mother's. It's a size 10. I always used to have a jumper like this, and it was pink, and I lost loads and loads of weight and then never like ended up repurchasing one. I like this, but I'm not really sold on the colour. I'm not a massive grey girl. Grey's never really been a colour that calls to me with regards to like clothing. I could want nothing more than to have all of my walls in my house painted, and like all the woodware, like the wooden doors and skirting boards and everything like that, to be painted white, to have that like nice white and grey house. But we're talking about clothes right now. The thing that, again, another backstory, I got a lot of clothes from my mother. If you don't know, my mum passed away, and it took us 22 months to regain access to her property after her death. So me and my brother couldn't initially go through that like grieving process of like sorting out somebody that's passed away. You sort out their stuff, you don't just like keep it all. But like I felt like when I did get all this stuff back, because I had been not allowed to go through that process, I just wanted to hang on to everything. So there's lots of like items of clothing here that are my mother's. Like this was my mother's, and this was my mother's. So like I've held on to them, because I didn't want to buy any new clothes and these are good, but then I also feel like I'm stuck in someone else's style. Like my mother was like 50 when she was wearing these, and I'm 32. I'm going to put this in, I'm going to be really brave, and I'm going to put this in the to sell pile. This next item is so odd. I've worn it in one of my videos recently. I literally took the tag off it specifically to do that, and I regret it because I'm not comfortable or 100% happy with the way that it looked on me at the time. I wore it with a top like this, but it was plain white. I feel like it would look a lot better if it would have been like a plain white shirt, which I do have, but I wasn't feeling the plain white shirt vibe on the day. I feel like it just makes me look older before my years. So for that reason, I am going to put that in the to sell pile as well. I don't feel as emotionally attached to this one as I do about the previous. Moving on to cardigans. This is a lovely dark blue cardigan, but however it does have a little hole, which I do feel like somebody could repair, or I could get it repaired. But this is not really the sort of colour I gravitate towards. I don't particularly go towards navy blues. I'm not sure if they suit me. I know it's a good staple colour for a lot of people, but it's just not something where I think, wow, that looks so good. Whenever I try something on that's blue, darker blue, I love this colour. I think it's really rich and decadent in colour, but like when I wear it on me, I just think you could do better. So for that reason, this cardigan is going to be going into the charity pile, because obviously the little hole. Another cardigan that was my mother's, so it's exactly the same cardigan but in green, but it's in a smaller size. This one's in a size 6, and I do struggle to get it around my arms. Again, it's not really a colour I would go for. Beautiful and soft, stunning, but again, I'm going to put this in the to sell pile because it's not damaged. So another cardigan that was my mother's, this one is pink and it's in a size 10. It fits beautifully. It's not too dissimilar to the grey jumper that we were talking about. I remember wearing this loads over the summer. It goes with so many of my dresses. Like I said, we live in Britain, so like it's not super hot here anyway, and I'm a cold person because my circulation doesn't work properly basically. So even in the summer when I'm wearing dresses, I usually need a cardigan on as well. So I will be keeping this one. Another cardigan that was my mother's, this one's from Fat Face and it's in the size 10. I'm aware that I said that I don't particularly like grey or gravitate towards grey, and I wouldn't have purchased this myself. However, I feel like this is actually like a nicer grey. I feel like this suits my skin tone right now. I did wear it a few times, more in like the warmer months. I'm aware that this is in my winter wardrobe at the moment because obviously the colour of it. I'm going to give this a fair usage policy item. So this I want to have worn and enjoyed wearing by this time next year. and if not, then it can go. So another cardigan from my mother. Can we see a little theme going on here? This one is from Jewels and it's in a size 8. This one is quite tight around the arms, but I did wear this just recently with a Lindy Bop polka dot dress. So to enable me to wear the dress and not get freezing cold, I had to wear this. But I wore my jacket over the top of that for the majority of the whole time anyway, because it was so cold. I will keep this to go with said dress, because said dress is stunning. So that one can stay in my collection also. So the final cardigan in my winter collection, I think, is also another one of my mother's, and it's by the brand Star by Julian McDonald in a size 10. I really like this cardigan, but I struggle to wear it. Like, I don't really know what to wear it with. I feel like you've got to wear it with plain black jeans. And I'm not really a massive jean wearer. I feel like I could wear it with like a black skirt and black tights and black boots and like a black top underneath it. But it is like a 3/4 length. It's something more for the warmer summer months, but yet it's a black colour, which I just struggle to like wear or comprehend wearing black in the summer months, if that makes any sense. So this is going to be another fair usage policy piece. I'm going to try and make it work because I do really like it, but we shall see. Right, moving on to tops. I wore this in one of my Christmas vlogs to get a use out of it. So I love this top. I remember my mother wearing it. I remember my mother specifically purchasing it for an occasion that we both went out on. So the emotional attachments to this top is really strong. I love it. I think it's beautiful. It's like, it's got like a camisole. It's got like a vest top built into it. And then the rest of it's really sheer. So I love the idea, my fantasy self loves the idea of getting a really dark blue denim pair of jeans and wearing this with like little stiletto heels and going on date night, meal out with my partner. I don't think it's going to happen because super skinny, dark blue jeans don't particularly suit me because I've got a bigger derriere. So, no, I just don't think that's going to happen. I've struggled to find a use for this top, and it's been in my possession for over 2 years now, really. So I feel like it's really time to say goodbye, which pains me greatly. But what good is this top actually going to be doing? Just sitting in my wardrobe. So I don't need to keep an item of clothing to keep my mother's memory alive. Just saying that gives me goosebumps because I think every time I see this, I think of the beautiful memory, and then in turn that makes me sad. So I don't really need to keep opening my wardrobe and seeing this on a daily basis to keep going through that pain on a day-to-day basis. So, you know, like how long am I going to keep hold of this? Am I going to like, you know, get to the age of 90 and like be like, oh, this top, I can't get rid of it because it was my mother's? No, that's stupid. My mother would call me stupid for doing that. I can't take it with me. She didn't take it with her. I can't take it with me either. So here is a white, long-sleeved but cropped torso top from Primark, brand new with tags, cost me £12. I bought a black pair of jeans to go with this, which did fit, but the zip was faulty and the zip kept coming down. So I took them back. I was a bit skint at the time, so I got the refunds and then never repurchased a pair of jeans. I've got a black pair of jeans in my drawer. They're a size 8. They do fit me with a really bit of a squeeze. So I don't feel super confident about wearing this because yes, my tummy is... It's not fat. It's not a fat tummy, but it does bloat like everybody else's. It doesn't have any stretch marks or anything from pregnancy. Thank you, Holly. That was amazing. Even if it did, I really don't care about stretch marks. I walk around in bikini and shows stretch marks on my backside. Not really bothered about stuff like that. I just don't think that I am realistically going to wear this. Kerry persuaded me into buying it because, like, I do want to change my style. At the moment, I've fallen into a rut, obviously, of wearing my mother's clothes, and I just feel like I'm wearing somebody else's style due to financial reasons and due to trying to be ethical and sustainability, like sustainable. I'm more conscious about sustainability in the world and stuff like that, and giving textiles to third world countries has just spiraled out of control. They've got more textiles in their country than they could ever possibly do anything constructive with. So I don't know. I'm going to try and sell it. Balls to it. Balls to it. A white t-shirt here from Primark. Again, brand new with tags in the size extra small. And it cost me £4. It's from the Stacey Solomon range. So I bought this purely because of what it said. It says, Mother 1, friend for life, teacher, loves unconditionally, cared, nourishes, peacekeeper and comforting. The only reason why I haven't worn this is because I'm freezing cold, basically. I haven't had an opportunity to be able to wear this yet, to the point where, like, you can read it and see what it says. So I could, like, put a long sleeve top underneath this, put some jeans on and, like, some cool chunky Dr. Martin types of vibes. But am I too old for that though? I'm 32 years old. I don't know. There's no rule about what you can and can't wear at the age of 32. But I also don't want to sort of like fit into this I'm 32, so I need to dress like this like category. I want to like look in the mirror and be like, bam, you look good, girl. Do you know what I mean? So I am keeping that because I do really like it. It sparks a lot of joy. But I'm explaining to you why I haven't worn it because it's just so goddamn cold. So my name's Nico t-shirts, like a piece of merchandise that I bought to sort of like help get him off the ground and stuff like that. He's got much better merchandise than this now, but I am going to keep this for memories. I have worn it on a few occasions. I've worn it out and about quite a few times, and I wore it to Nico's meetup as well because I was just like, yeah, I'm a top fan. So that is going to stay. And my What's Up Witches t-shirt. I spent many years deliberating about should I or should I not buy a t-shirt like this. So this is from Pretty Little Thing. I got it in the sale after Halloween a couple of years ago. I only usually wear it in October, which is a shame, but I do really like it. And if I'm only wearing it in October, I don't know why this is in my winter collection. I'm not going to wear it. I should just put it upstairs in one of my suitcases, which I think is something that I will do, along with some of the summer stuff that I know that I'm not going to wear. But if I'm only wearing this in the month of October, then this arguably will last me a good decade or so. Okay, so shirt. So when I was a lot younger, I always used to wear jeans, a white vest top, and then a shirt over the top of it. That was my style. I sometimes might chuck around a scarf as well, just to sort of like keep myself warm. Back then, I was a bigger size, a lot bigger size, probably about an 18, 20. So the whole having this kind of like made me feel like I was covering stuff up and the scarf was covering stuff up, etc. This is my mother's again, so it is like wearing somebody else's style. However, it is reminiscent to what I used to wear. So here's the thing. Me and my partner have been together for 2 years, and at some point, I guess, we will want to be having another baby. Sooner rather than later, I would say. So I'm not sure if I'll be wearing things like maternity jeans with a white vest top that sort of stretches out and then this over the top of it. So do I want to keep it for stuff like that? That is the question. Am I keeping it for a potential situation, or am I do you want to, where do you draw? I don't want to like sell it or get rid of it to then need it again. Does that make any sense? Literally just standing here fighting with myself, and I need to be stronger. Like I said, keeping stuff like this doesn't... I don't need an item of clothing to keep my mother's memory alive. Anyway, I'm going to try and sell this. Be strong. So a Jules shirt, again, this was my mother's in a size 8. It's the colours on it are too dark for me, like the navy. I've never really been super keen on this shirt. I love it. Like, I think, oh, so nice. When I put it on, I'm like, doesn't look nice on me though, so it needs to be sold. So this is a white shirt, which I think should be a staple in everybody's wardrobe. Like, you never really know when you need to be a bit smarter. I'm keeping this because this goes with a dress that I really love to wear. And it has that little bit of nostalgia to when I used to wear shirts a lot. So I'm going to be keeping this one. So a tiny, tiny, tiny little top from Primark in the size 4. It does stretch out loads, but realistically it is too tight for me, and it goes see-through, and I struggle to wear a bra with it without seeing the bra through it, and yada, yada, yada. So I think that's just worthy of charity, really. Can't really sell that. So another long sleeve top, but this one's like a turtleneck. So I really, really like this, apart from the turtleneck doesn't really serve its purpose. It always rolls up. So I do want to get rid of this, but I want to replace it immediately with the same item, but one that works better. So I'm going to keep this in my collection so I can continue to use it until I find a product like this that works better, and then I will get rid of this one, if that makes any sense. That sounds weird, but like, I like this, but I want a better version of this. So this is another Jules top. This one's one of their more fancy ones. It's a size 12. So what I normally do is basically I wear a vest top, a top like this under it, and then do the buttons all the way up. Sometimes I do them all the way up, or sometimes I just leave the top one open, and then this acts like as my jumper, so to speak. So I have worn this a lot, and it's faded a lot since wearing it. It's just a bit nicer than your average type of long sleeve top. So it's got like this seam around the back, which just makes this bit of material hang a bit differently. I do like this. I don't like navy blue. There's a dog hair on it. But I do like this. So I'm going to be keeping this. Probably won't be good to wear next winter if it's faded even more than it has. But I like it. So some type of sort of blazer. It's from Primark. Size 8. I haven't worn this in over 2 years. So I'm going to try and sell it. So this is like a lovely wrap that I bought from TK Maxx in a massive emergency purchase because I was going on holiday, but it was going to be in February and I knew it was going to be cold, but I didn't like have anything to wear that was sort of like suitable for a warm country but kept me warm because it was cold. If that makes any sense. But this has been like the best £16 that I have ever spent on, and I've wanted a piece like this for ages. So this is definitely staying. I've used this so much and it just looks so classy and elegant. So this is another blazer. I didn't buy this, it got gifted to me by my friend Lauren. It's sort of like black shiny PVC. It's in a size large. It's kind of too big for me. It's always kind of been too big for me. I haven't worn it for over 2 years. So I'm not going to sell that. Or I might try and sell it. No, you can't sell that. No, I'm going to give that to charity. And then this was like one of the pieces of clothing that has sort of inspired me to do this. I look at this all the time. Me and my mum. This is my mum's. And it's in a size 8. And it is slightly tight to the point where if I did it up, I'd probably blow one of the buttons out. So I had this exact blazer when I was younger. We bought them at the same time. I wore mine to death. So when I said that I used to wear jeans, vest top and a shirt, sometimes I would put a blazer on if I was a bit colder. Like I said, I didn't really suffer with the cold back then. I've kept this because I like the idea of wearing that again. But realistically, that was when I was like 18 and younger. And now I'm 32. This has been sitting in my wardrobe since I got it back from my mother's house for like over two years ago now. So it needs to go. I'm going to try and sell it, but I don't think it will go for much.